Peace and love. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling blessed and safe and high vibrational. Now, in this video, we'll be connecting with the energy of David Bowie, and we'll be feeling him and seeing what messages he has to give for us. Now, these messages are for our highest good and to assist us here on our earth journey. I am Naphtali, and I thank you for joining me. If you like a personal, the information is down below in the description box. On this channel, I also channel the 12 signs of the zodiac, the energies of Mother Gaia, and some ascended masters, as well as some celebrity energies who wish to assist us here on our earth journey. So we're going to get straight into it. And right now, he's making me feel as if I'm to share things about myself. He's talking about going off course, off the journey, not off the journey, but going off trail. He's saying that sometimes when we feel out of alignment, it's in alignment, but it's part of the journey or part of the process that feels uncomfortable. And he's basically saying that alignment doesn't always mean feeling peace, feeling bliss. He's saying that on the journey to enlightenment is like dips and flows, ebbs and flows, but it's also like there are moments when what he's basically making me is saying like not punishment and reward, but punishment and reward, almost that you experience something, you go through the pain or the darkness of it, and when you get through it, you're then rewarded with the ease and the peace, or I succeeded, or I made it through it, so now I'm calm, or I made it through it, now I understand. There's that peaceful part, but then there's also the part of struggle, there's also the part of the task to get over the hurdle for the growth, to get to enlightenment, if that makes sense. I don't feel like I've really explained that clear, but I feel like you'll be able to grasp what I'm trying to express. I pulled some cards from the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck, as well as the Oracle of the Seven Energies. And from the Nature's Whispers, we have Heighten Your Vitality and Leap of Faith. And what he was saying, he's saying going off course again. He wants me to bring it back to going off course. But before that, what he was actually saying was that ways to increase our vitality, ways to increase our personal power is by taking leaps of faith. Right now he's saying by going off course, but he's saying again, remember, it's not going off course, it's just going to the places that feel uncomfortable, which is why it feels that we come off course, why it feels that we have hit a bump in the road, because it's a part of the journey that we have to get through. It's part of the journey that is still in alignment, but it's not necessarily the light part. It's bringing it to duality, the light and the dark, the positive and the negative, the good and the bad. We have to be willing to go into the uncharted seas. We have to be willing to open our eyes and ears. This card says exposed and revealed. This card says ears wide open. We have to be willing to hear, to see, but what energy is so focusing on is more so seeing through the veil, seeing through the mask, seeing through what is tangible and what is physical, going beyond it. And he's saying going to the emotion of things, going to the feeling of things and how things feel. He's saying to bring up a video that I seen of him that I was going to post on Instagram, and bring up the video. And in the video, what he was saying in an interview, he was talking about God and the fact that a God, I can't quote him verbatim, but I might put it in, a God that is like the Father, the
a God who's a judge and a father and an arbiter of morals and whatever. It just doesn't, it seems too symbolic, it's too easy. And I think that the idea that the early Gnostics had, which is that there is in fact the, 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 the deep, the depth of the God beyond the God. There's something beyond that which one can't call a singular entity. It's something that just pervades everything. And I still think that that's probably one of the major searches that I've probably made in my life. I'm not sure how close I ever got, but I know that it does occur to most of us, I think, who work in the arts or in writing or expressing oneself. When you're expressing oneself, you're also trying to express one's existence, you know, so it's wrapped up in the same thing.
Like, I can't remember, but what he was kind of saying was that the concept of God that we have as humans, he was saying that it seems too simple, it seems too basic, kind of. I'm going to put the clip in. Okay. Right now he's saying that in hindsight, or now that he's at a higher perspective, he's saying that it's not too simple for God to be that. However, that version of God that we have created or perceived him to be, that is a fragment of him, or a fragment of it, or a fragment of she. It's a fragment of it, it's a possibility of what God can be, qualities God can be. But he's saying God is in the mother. God is within all things that are blessed. God is within all things that are cursed. God is within all things that are forgotten. I'm hearing forsaken. I don't know if that is even in context with what I'm saying, but forsaken. With the uncharted sea, we have to be willing to go off course, to follow our emotion, to follow our feeling, to be led in places that we're unsure about. He's saying that you have to find the truth in it. You have to find the wisdom in it, and then he's saying you have to then share it. He's saying in following the emotion, in following the pain, in following the trauma, in following the happiness, in following the sadness, is a lesson and a teaching to be shared with another, with the other people in our lives, other people in our circle. He said the other people in our halo. Right. What I'm being shown is there's a circle of light that we all have, and in this circle of light is a group of souls. But it's like these group of souls are here on earth with us, and it's almost like they're our light team, or they're our not base, kind of like our spirit team here on the physical. But it doesn't feel like a soul tribe. It just feels like a well, it's like a smaller group of people, a smaller tribe of people. It's something about we need to find these people and share. It's something about not just any particular lessons and teachings, but the lessons and teachings that we found from feelings, from our feelings, the things that we have learned from our experiences of feelings. It feels like there's something to be seen, something that we can only see from our perspective, a clear truth regarding feelings. He's saying that people try and study feelings from the perspective of other people. And what he's saying is like, okay, it's hard to say this, but not hard to say this, but it basically, it's like if someone had bipolar, instead of that individual like kind of not getting to grips with their bipolar, but instead of that individual doing a study on themselves or expressing themselves or just learning about themselves in terms of their experience of their bipolar and how they feel about it, or their emotions, or what they experience in terms of feelings and emotions, it's another person that is looking at on the outside view at this individual, maybe asking questions or maybe just studying them or doing covert or overt observations of them, if that makes sense. And he's saying that the true truth comes from ourselves. It comes from us being the expressor. It comes from us being the teacher of what we've learned, not somebody else being the teacher of what we've learned regarding our own experience. He's saying that there's something to be seen that only we can truly tap into, that only we can truly know or express, but it's something to be shared with the ears wide open. It's something to be heard. Feelings are not felt. Feelings do not exist to just be felt. They exist to be expressed. And as I said, that I was seeing dance. New experiences and possibilities. Well, it's through feeling that things are manifested. They say that to truly manifest something, you must obviously set the intention to bring in this thing or experience. However, you're meant to also focus on how it feels to already attain it or have it in your grips. But he's also showing me feeling in terms of like thoughts. He's like saying that thoughts are feelings, mental feelings. When you think something positive, you feel positive. When you think of a happy thought, you feel happy. When you have a thought of anxiety or an anxiety-provoking thought, you feel anxiety. Thoughts are feelings. And thoughts are also what manifests. There's something about this and the new possibilities. Obviously, we talk about new possibilities and experiences with manifestation. But feeling, yeah, well, yes, I feel, yes, make a wish, manifestation at the bottom of the deck. He really wants us to focus on tapping into feeling when it comes to manifestation. Also, he's saying what does the collective want? What does the collective need? Feel it, express it, want it. He's saying not what he's saying don't want what the collective wants, want what the collective needs. Want what the collective needs. Okay. I just was repeating the want what the collective wants. I mean, don't want what the collective wants, want what the collective needs. And then when I said the collective the last time, what I saw was that it wasn't actually what the collective wants or needs. So it wasn't what the collective wants. It was, they were showing me the collective as being the elite, or like those in charge of the media that don't want what they want, is what they're saying in terms of don't want what the collective wants, want what the collective needs. And when he's saying want what the collective needs, he's saying don't focus on the media in terms of what they are showing, that what the collective wants or needs. Focus on what your heart feels and what the collective wants or needs. And when we tap into what the collective wants, we're not just tapping into the collective as in human beings, we tap into that of the all, we tap into that of the animals, the plant kingdom, the air, the water, all the elements of nature. So we're just going to pull a few more from the Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. So we have Amplify your positive emotions, be in service. The amplify your positive emotions, that is basically kind of confirming what we were just talking about in terms of feelings, in terms of thoughts. Being a catalyst for our feelings and our emotions. But there's something about this ripple. Again, it feels like manifestation, how something starts from so small and expands and expands and expands. But also what they're showing me is in this being in service is that this individual has they're standing in this river, but what they're showing me is that yes, this person's walking, but it's not the walking that's making the water ripple, it's just their vibration. Really what they're showing me in my mind's eye is this individual just stood there, and them being stood there is letting off a vibration that is being in service to everybody else and everything. There's something about us really tapping into our heart and manifesting what the collective needs or wants. And that in our conscious attempt to tap into this, he's saying the heart of the collective, it's almost that each one of us has a very powerful current that is set off, and they show me this in an energetic sense and in a spiritual sense, in a non-physical sense, that when we tap into the collective's heart, when we tap into they show me the earth's heart as being green, but the collective's heart as being red for some reason. But when we tap into the collective's heart, there is, now I'm seeing like orange light coming out of it, but it's almost like each one of us is a battery, and it's almost like it's a code and it activates, and it's almost like there's like, I'm seeing like an electricity board or something where it's like got all these points and it's lighting up, or like a map, and it's got each person on earth, and when each one of us taps into our heart center or taps into the collective's heart, it activates. He's saying that he was a teacher. And he's bringing up Iman, who was his wife. Wow. Definitely. He has, basically, when he was saying he was a teacher of love, of balance. He's saying of balance, masculinity and femininity. He's saying, I don't know this to be true in terms of his experience on earth, because I'm not, like, I was never a huge fan of him or really listened to his music or anything like that, but for some reason I'm getting that he was very much so, yes, he was a feminine male, however, basically the way he's making me feel was that he was actually a very masculine man that allowed his femininity to flow through him. So it wasn't that he was feminine, he had feminine qualities to him or feminine aspects to him, but he was very much so a man. Not that he wasn't a man, but or that people that are feminine are not men, but he's saying that that's just why I feel that he was a masculine man, that, or just a man that just allowed his femininity to flow through him. I can't. I hope you feel what I'm trying to say. Basically, I just feel like he wasn't like overly. See, people's idea of what flamboyant is may not be the same as mine, but that's what I want to say. So also yeah, so we have love matters, vulnerability, be true to your heart, seek beauty. This reminds me of Iman for some reason. The shape of the face. He's saying that love definitely does matter. Almost that it's a safe haven for many. Something about Iman is very safe, but very fierce. Fiery but pure. Elegant with grace. A woman that constantly seeks her beauty. And when he says that, it doesn't mean that she's striving for perfection or striving to constantly like be false in the terms of who she is or in terms of her beauty or her looks, but a woman that's always in seeking her beauty in terms of growing, in terms of becoming more of a woman, whatever that means, in terms of becoming more of a man. There's something about her that was very safe, or that made him feel very safe. Almost like a guardian angel or a wish that came true. And that makes it, we had Make a Wish at the bottom of the deck previous. I don't know why, but I'm feeling it's something like a slight block somewhere in this Be True to Your Heart. I don't know if I want to express it because it feels very personal, but I'm not sure. We're going to leave that message there. Okay, let's pull some cards from the Oracle of the Seven Energies. The Oracle's Gift. I knew this was going to come out. Cleansing. That card for me is all about cleansing from the inside out. Okay. Again, he's showing me this energies of something we have great big love at the bottom of the deck, shooting from the heart center. He's saying that the time has come for like heart center, heart chakra awakenings in perfect harmony. Definitely heart chakra awakenings for many people on earth. Something about Eden, planet Neptune. And also something about a disc shape. He was very out of space. He's saying that he was sent here as a beam of light, but a physical embodiment of light. And when he was saying that, it was like he was showing me the lightning bolt. Was it a lightning bolt that he used to have on? He was saying that that represented the light. Lightning is the light. He's saying that, but lightning is a message. He was a messenger. But he's saying that lightning comes from the heavens, but it's ascended, it's from the sky, it's from above. He came from above. And I keep seeing that when he came, it was big. So I don't know if it was like a big event, but it feels like it was a big event on Earth, but that's the way he's showing it me, that like almost like he was a meteorite. He's showing me like someone like almost landing on Earth as like sorry, like Superman. The way Superman would come from the sky and land on the ground is showing me that's how he came to Earth, but obviously not. So he was born like through his mother, but that's the way he's showing it me, sorry. So it feels like it was a big event, or it was very epic, is the word I'm getting. It changed things, he changed things, his ways changed things, ushered in different variations of human expression, different possibilities for ways that humans could be or act. He wasn't alone in this expression. Prince as well was a part of that, almost like they came from a similar or the same place, or with similar light codes to release. Something about in their music is their essence, a tall tale waking the lion. Something about a task feels too big. Something about it's the task of the light. Many can't handle it. It's a powerful position or a powerful job or a tough task or something about it. It's like only certain humans have been graced with a certain power or a certain light or a certain frequency. He's saying many celebrities are those that have been graced with a certain... No, it's their vessel that is able to hold a certain amount of light to be expressed, or even a certain amount of shadow to be expressed. So it's their human body. It's almost like we all have very different vessels. We're all one and the same, but we all have different vessels that have different capabilities, different strengths and talents. And some are able to hold a certain amount of light or a certain frequency, and others are not. He's saying him and Prince are something of the highest regard, or something about them was very strong in terms of being able to be a vessel of light. Okay, so I'm gonna close my eyes and see what message we have coming forward from David Bowie. For some reason he wanted to be called David Bowie, because when I said David, I heard Bowie come straight back into my head. Okay. I was a teacher. I was humble. The life of the party. A jokester. I was happy often. Times I was sad, but I was happy often, but times I was sad. Life is polarity, life is balance, life is duality, life is difference and indifference and in between and backwards and forwards and multidimensional. And there are aspects to life that we just will never be able to understand or fathom, and that is part of the beauty of life. That is part of the journey of life. Some of the greatest discoveries are never discovered. Some of the greatest discoveries are yet to be discovered. Some of the greatest discoveries have already been discovered. Sometimes it's not about searching for more, it's about searching and looking at what you already have, reevaluating what you already have, looking at the nooks and crannies, looking in between, rephrasing the equation. There's infinite possibilities, infinite perspectives, infinite sides to opinions and facts. All these sides and facets and perspectives to these sides and perspectives are yet to be found, are yet to be asked, are yet to be expressed, are yet to be thought about. It's important that we constantly ask questions, constantly rephrase words, constantly rearrange the equation, constantly go backwards and forwards with people and opinions and perspectives and ways and opinions, sorry. It's important that we continue asking, because when we continue to ask, we continue to learn, we continue to search, and we continue to find more truth, more possible truth. Everything is possible. Everything is impossible. Everything that can be done cannot be done. Everything that cannot be done can be done. Everything that has been done has not been done. And everything that is yet to be done has already been done. So what is the point of anything really when everything is everything and everything is nothing and nothing is something and something is nothing? What is the point? Is there even a point? Why are we even asking about the point? You see, there's a part of life that will never be known. That is the why, the reason, the what for. We will get the why, the reason, the what for now moments, but we won't necessarily get the why, the reason, the what for the infinite moments, the moments that go beyond our current present now moments. We may not get the why, the reason for the beginning of time, but we may get the why, the reason for the beginning of our trauma. You see, you just have to be willing to search for that why, that reason. And the reason why you will get the why and the reason for your now moments is because you are in the now. And to truly live means to be in the now. You are here to heal, to love, to laugh, to live, to experience, but to heal, to clear karma, to clear karmic debt, to learn and to gain light codes and to release shadow. But to do this, to release shadow, to clear karmic debt, to clear karma, to clear pain, to clear trauma, one has to be willing to lead themselves on the journey, willing to be in the now, willing to be present with how they are currently doing in relation to their past and their future, but most importantly to how they are currently doing in the now. The now is what you have to hold, to feel, to see, to touch. You can't feel or see tomorrow or yesterday, but you can see and feel and be right now in today. I thank you for being with me. I thank you for being in love with me, with the world, with your significant other. I thank you. Peace and love, forever and always. Bowie. Peace and love. Ashe.